Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Kotobukiya's Power Garden. It's part of their Gigantic Arm series. And it's basically an add-on to your frame arms girl. You can actually use Figma and other 6-inch figures, or even your Gunpla, high grades, real grades. Yeah, it's actually quite versatile, which I'm quite excited about. I got mine from Amiami. It comes in this big box, kind of like a master grade size box. Up to the side here kind of gives us an overview of the different options and even more. You can just do whatever you can with this one. So for the Power Garden mode, which is the robot mode, you can see the front, the back. There's also the Blitz gunner. When she was split in half, the top part becomes Blitz gunner. It's kind of like a hovering with the turrets onto the side. And you have the movable crawler, like in this one here. And you can customize it. You can have frame arms attached to that. And this peg connection here, which works for the frame arms girls, it has the same peg size for Figmas, which is great. And obviously you can mix and match and have another frame arms, just the top half, and peg it into the lower part, or for that movable crawler. And it's quite awesome. It kind of reminds me of Armor Core in that sense. And onto the side here, you get a lot of parts again. You have hexa joints here, basically a hexagon type peg connection that goes onto the side of the kit here. Yeah, just a lot of ways to connect the other frame arms kits or the add-ons. You also comes with a decal sheet and also a blank faceplate, which you can use if you like, if you want to use any of those. And the other frame arms girls are here. You can do a mix and match. This retails about 4,800 yen, roughly about $50. So depending on where you get it, you might be paying, you can probably get it less, hopefully, but probably around $50 to $60. So expect around that price point. And to be honest, for what you can do with this, I think it's well worth it. Anyways, that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so I have them on the separate modes, the Blitz Gunner and I think the mobile crawler or something. You get the decal sheet here again. So for this one, they tell us to use Gurai right here. And good thing I have her. And it's kind of a little finicky to move certain things, but let's see how this works. But actually, when building this, typically Kotobukiya, you may have to use super glue on certain parts. This one, the build is quite solid. I didn't really have to use the glue, but definitely on certain parts, it would help. So let's first take a look on this one. Quite nice. You have the threads underneath. It's actually comprised of 5 parts. You have the top, the side, the bottom, and 2 more there. I find that this top part actually pops off quite easily. When you don't have this, maybe this one kind of tightens the connection. This part here kind of enclose it, but the top part here does kind of pop off. And that's one of the hexa joints right there. Yeah, quite nice. This part here where he got the gun, you can actually take this out and close it up. So that's cool. It's swappable. I mean, this is kind of hard to have it actually open up and have it operational. I do find it a little hard to pop that off, but on the bottom side, you kind of push that in to remove that peg. And there we go. Again, this peg connection, you can put it anywhere you want to, which is great. Yeah. But let's go ahead and close this up. I'll probably do the same thing on the other side. And actually there is another way for this. Let's flip this down here. Alright, so for the bottom part here, it's a connector that you can pop in there. And you can have these guns. These guns can actually work for your frame arms girl. I'm still sick. This Kind of sucks. I have this cold and it's been lingering for a week now. So I do apologize for my sniffles, but here we go. Let's connect this back here. So I think this is the mode that was shown on the box. You just have to kind of play around with the joints. There we go. So it's kind of cool. You got that that submachine guns underneath. Another thing that I want to point out on this one is this polycaps here. These are the giant. I think they're the letter F. They're giant joints, and so when you move this, it's actually pretty good. It's solid, and there are joints here as well, but they're plastic to plastic, and for the most part, they're holding fine. So, like I mentioned before, there's actually quite a solid build. All right, so that's the bottom part here. Let me just pop this out as well. All right, so now for the Blitz gunner right here, it's kind of crazy. You got the arms here with the guns. You can actually rotate them. And actually, the hub, this part here, it's the same as this one, just this is flipped upside down. But you got a really versatile cockpit here. For the legs, you can actually move this around. And for that matter, you can put any size figure. Well, within this range, obviously, if you put something like a 9-inch figure or 7-inch, that might be too big. But definitely, you have a bit of a leeway there to move the legs. Yep. Alright, so let's go ahead and put Gurai here, so that way we can see how it is. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pop the joint here. It's actually connected on a polycap. There we go. Same thing on the other side here. Probably the best way to do this, and you can actually pop this out in the cockpit. All right, so we have the peg here that actually slides up and down, which is great. We're gonna get her here, and I think we can we'll just attach it on to this part here on the back side. So make sure you got her in position. We're just gonna peg that in. There we go. Just gonna have her rest there. Fold this up here. We could probably remove these threads, but probably leave it there. Then we're just gonna position the legs. There we go. And then we'll move on to the arms here. It's a little bit finicky, and it might test your patience, but you know, take your time. Let's see here. Let's put this on here. There we go. And you have this handlebars here on front. Likewise. You know, kind of take your time putting those on. There we go. And put this back on here. You know, certain parts definitely would help with super glue. The joints are kind of tight, and the process of moving them around, it kind of undo the plastic, because there's already yeah. So it does help super gluing certain pieces, but I have not done that, and you can see it's holding fairly good so far. All right, so you have this mode here where she's kind of flying with that. Really cool. And the next part is combining them. All right, so let's see if we can do that. All right, so getting back to this, we're going to remove this. This one, we're gonna remove this bottom part here. Take this out. Same thing with this. Now this panel actually extends out, which is great. We're doing the same thing on the other side. There we go. A really cool design. You can open up this panel as well. Actually, I think it'll be fine like that. Now for this, we're gonna go ahead and kind of position it to look like feet. I mean, the threads just comes together like this. The knee section here, I'm just gonna extend it, and this part kinda goes like that. And we're gonna attach this kind of actually in upside down position, like in that mode. Same thing with the other side here. There we go. And attach it like that. And you got your legs. Alright, so let's work on the top part. Alright, so for this one, we're gonna go ahead and remove it again from that joint. There we go. And actually, it might be better if I just pop this out here. There we go. Alright, so we can put the arms aside for now. This part will actually be mounted here. There we go. I get this thing the same height. Alright. Now, let's see here. Alright, I had to raise my camera a little bit because this is actually quite tall. Alright, so getting back to this one, we're gonna go ahead and remove the hand to the handle, and we're gonna do a little bit of a configuration on this one. We're gonna go ahead and pop this out. We're gonna close this up. We're gonna raise this, and this actually becomes the new handle for her. So from here, we can take this out, and this kind of becomes the top part. Likewise, we're gonna, whoops, pull this out. There we go. And this one does come with this clear panels here, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna go ahead and attach it here. So the other side has a texture, like an on-screen panel, and then same thing on this side here. And that's really cool. We'll go ahead and open this section here. And we're gonna attach it to the top side. We're getting there. Alright, so let me just alright. Okay, so for this part here, we're gonna put the handlebars onto this one. So it was like this before. We're just gonna push it up. For the legs here, you can push this down if you like to, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is right now. I think it's the same. So we're gonna do that. Put the hands inside again. Same thing on to the other side. There we go. And you have this connection here, which we're just gonna slide in there. So as you maneuver the whole thing, I think it's probably best to pop that out, like what I just did now, and put it back in when you're done. And I just pop off her chest armor. There we go. Pull that in. This part here goes to her waist, kind of like an extra protection. And yeah, it's getting there. Now, so for the shoulders, we're using this connection here before, but that's just gonna be on the side. There's also the black parts here that kind of goes onto the waist. If you want to just put that in, kind of like support. Now we got these two peg connections. I think this is 5mm, and we can just attach it. I think it goes here. The other side is hollow, and you want to put that down, and there we go. Now for the arms here, there are quite a bit of a configuration on this one. So first, we're gonna go ahead and remove this shoulder thing here, and so we're gonna be connecting that part. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go with that. There we go. So we're gonna attach it here. There we go. Same thing with the other side. It's just easier to remove this first. Find that connection, connect it there. Yeah, these joints are a bit stiff, so make sure when you move them, you're holding them onto the base of the figure or the kit, not onto the egg. No, sorry, what I'm trying to say is when you move this, make sure you hold it from as close to the joint as possible, not here, because you might end up popping something here. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm a loss of words right there. All right, so let's just open this out. Now, there's a lot of peg connections, or there's just a lot of ways to connect this, but on the instructions for this mode, you kind of put it like this. And this one kind of like a overhead protector for her. It just goes on top like that. And there you go. You have the Powered Guardian. This reminds me quite a bit of the Matrix. I think it was Matrix Revolution towards the end, where they're shooting out those drones with those giant machines. Yeah, this is quite cool. And yeah, you got a lot of articulation on this one. There's actually another cool thing on this, because this part here, you can actually fold this down. It's only pegged on one side, and that becomes like a hand. And that is great. Yep. You can also put your frame arms, if you just have this kit here, you can interchange. Or better yet, if you have Figma, I have from Ghost in the Shell here, Matoko. Let's see if I can put her on. So, I'm just gonna pop out this. I mean, with this hands, I could probably still. Yeah, I think it'll still be fine. All right, so it's gonna be a little tricky. But again, like I mentioned before, best to remove it from that connection on the back there, if we can. Nope, I totally disconnected her. Alright, let me do this off camera. Alright, I got this back. Alright, so first let's connect this backside here. There we go. Works quite well, like I mentioned before. And we're just gonna have her reach through that. I think I might have unpegged her, but anyways. Well, I guess she should be able to reach that. There we go. And more or less, then we're gonna bend on to this, have her reach it. There we go. yeah, it's working quite well. And we're gonna go ahead and put this back here. So there we go. Attach that. Have her looking up. Gotta reattach this hand here. It's not as stable as the other one because this is the trigger finger for that gun, but that could work. You got those clamps on the waist for support. You got your front monitors there, and gotta close that in. And there we go. Works well with Figmas, which is great. And for those going to be asking how tall this kit is, it's actually quite tall. Alright, I got my ruler here. Up to the head, it's about 9.5 inch. Up to the shoulder, it's about 10 3/4. So I would say this is about a 10-inch kit. Quite tall. And definitely, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. We can even revert this back to tank mode and have her kind of like riding with the turrets onto the side. Yeah, this is just an amazing kit. Highly recommended. Anyways, that's about it for this review for the Power Guardian. Hope you guys like it. If you got questions, let me know. And I think that's about it. Oh, almost forgot. Yeah, we can also put this on here. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the review. If you got questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.